Let me tell you about a job where your office is a frozen wasteland, your coworkers are a handful of brave souls, and your paycheck depends on what you can pull from the bottom of a freezing sea. This is Alaskan king crab fishing in the dead of winter, a high-risk, high-reward profession where a single season can net a crew over $1 million. But to get that money, you have to bet everything against Mother Nature, who never plays fair up here. These fishermen see the Bering Sea, a place most people avoid, and spot opportunity. They wrestle giant, spiky crustaceans from icy depths, risking life and limb for a shot at a treasure most of us only see on a fancy dinner plate. Every trip is a gamble, finding the crabs, keeping your gear working, surviving the weather, and making it back alive. The allure of that $1 million prize is powerful, but nothing is guaranteed. It takes insane preparation, specialized equipment, and a deep understanding of one of the most hostile environments on Earth. This is a story about people who willingly venture into winter's fury, harvesting valuable creatures from beneath a thick sheet of ice. It's a dirty job, but it feeds the world. So, what does it take to chase this frozen fortune? Let's find out. Welcome to the $1 million gamble on ice. Picture a place so cold the ocean freezes solid, the Bering Sea, Alaska, in winter. Here, air temperatures drop to -40°C, freezing exposed skin in minutes. Metal turns brittle, engines struggle, and the human body wants to shut down. The ice is no thin layer, it's over 8 feet thick, constantly shifting and cracking under pressure. One wrong move, and a boat can get trapped or crushed. The fishing season is brutally short, just 2 to 4 weeks to catch the year's quota before the sea locks up until spring. Every hour is precious, there are no sick days, no breaks. Crews race against time, exhaustion, and the elements. Every moment on deck is a calculated risk. A slip, a rogue wave, or equipment failure can mean disaster. It's a trifecta of danger, freezing cold, moving ice, and a ticking clock. This is one of the world's most hazardous jobs. Yet these fishermen return every year, fueled by adrenaline and the hope of a massive payday. Survival here is never guaranteed. The Bering Sea is nature's freezer, and the ultimate test of human grit. Only the toughest make it out. You can't take just any boat into the Bering Sea in winter. These vessels are part fishing boat, part icebreaker, part fortress, reinforced hulls to withstand crushing ice, powerful engines to push through, and advanced navigation to plot a safe course. The real magic is in the gear. Heavy-duty hydraulics to lift massive crab pots, all engineered to work in sub-zero temperatures. Before fishing, crews use giant augers to drill through 8 feet of ice, back-breaking, freezing work, just to reach the ocean below. Each hole is a hard-won gateway to the riches beneath. The captain must be a master, maneuvering the boat through shifting ice and wind, keeping it steady for safe pot deployment. It's a high-stakes ballet of man and machine against the Arctic. Every piece of equipment must work flawlessly. Failure isn't an option. These boats are lifelines, sanctuaries, and the only hope for survival in a world of ice. In this battle, only the best prepared crews stand a chance. Out here, your boat is your life. Once a hole is punched through the ice, the real work begins. The crew baits and prepares massive steel crab pots, 7 or 8 feet across, weighing up to 800 pounds. On a freezing, slippery deck, every move is dangerous. Using hydraulic cranes, they lower the pots through the ice into the frigid depths. Instead of letting the pots sit, the boat drags them across the seafloor, covering more ground and increasing the odds of a big haul. This dragging method is a game changer, but it demands precision from the skipper to avoid snags and maximize the catch. Then comes the waiting, the soak time, a tense period of hope and uncertainty. Did they pick the right spot? Is the bait working? Are the crabs even there? After hours, it's time for the moment of truth. The winch whirs, the rope rises, and the crew gathers, breath visible in the icy air. Every pot is a new lottery ticket, sometimes empty, sometimes overflowing with king crab. The anticipation is electric. This is the high-stakes game of patience. The winch strains, and the crab pot finally breaks the surface, water and slush cascading off steel. The crew swings the heavy pot onto the deck, moving with practiced speed. Hesitation is dangerous. The pot door opens and the contents spill onto the sorting table. Sometimes it's a disappointment, just a few crabs or rocks. But when it's full, dozens of massive king crabs tumble out. A jackpot moment. These creatures are huge, with leg spans over 6 feet and shells covered in sharp spines. Handling them takes care and courage. A pinch from those claws is no joke. The crew sorts the catch quickly, racing against the cold to keep the crabs alive. This cycle, drill, set, drag, haul, sort, repeats around the clock for the short season. Sleep is rare, meals are quick, and exhaustion is constant. But every full pot lifts spirits and brings the crew closer to that million-dollar payday. It's brutal, relentless, and utterly captivating. This is what they risk it all for, all. Sorting the catch is a race against time and a test of precision. Every crab is inspected by hand. Size, sex, and health matter. Only large, legal-sized males are kept. Undersized crabs and all females go back into the sea. This isn't just about following rules. It's about protecting the future of the fishery. Females are vital for reproduction, so everyone is carefully returned to the ocean. The legal males are placed in holding tanks with circulating seawater, kept alive and healthy for market. A dead crab is worthless, so handling is careful and quick. On a good trip, the crew might catch and store up to 30,000 crabs. The process is fast, cold, and relentless. Regulations are strict, but the fishermen know their future depends on sustainability. Every crab sorted is a small act of stewardship. The goal, deliver a pristine, live product to shore. The stakes couldn't be higher. A single king crab can fetch up to $50 per kilogram. Multiply that by thousands, and you see why this fishery is big business. Alaska produces nearly 80% of the world's king crab, fueling an industry worth hundreds of millions. It's not just fishermen. Processors, transporters, and entire communities depend on this catch. Once ashore, crabs are cooked, cleaned, and shipped worldwide, to high-end restaurants in Japan, Korea, Europe, and beyond. King crab is prized for its sweet, succulent meat and dramatic presentation. It's a symbol of luxury, often served simply to let the flavor shine. People pay a premium for the experience. Next time you see king crab on a menu, remember the journey. From the bottom of a frozen sea to your plate. Behind every leg is a story of danger, skill, and survival. This is more than seafood. It's a global delicacy born of extreme effort. The journey is as remarkable as the taste. Beyond the ice and storms, bigger threats loom. Climate change and overfishing. The Bering Sea is warming, disrupting king crab habitats and making populations unpredictable. Overfishing in the past nearly collapsed the industry, but hard lessons led to strict management. Now, scientists set quotas based on regular surveys, ensuring enough crabs remain to sustain the population. Each boat gets a share, eliminating the dangerous race to fish and promoting safety and sustainability. Conservation goes further, strict rules on size and sex, and even programs to restock crab larvae. Fishermen are not just hunters, they're stewards of the resource. Their survival depends on the long-term health of the king crab. The balance between economic need and ecological responsibility is delicate. The future of the industry and the communities it supports depends on getting it right. Adaptation and innovation are essential. The stakes have never been higher. Alaskan king crab fishing is more than a job. It's a modern adventure, a test of endurance against nature's fury. These fishermen uphold a tradition of hard work that defines Alaska's coastal communities. The job is dirty, dangerous, and demanding, but it brings deep pride and camaraderie. Mastering this craft means providing for families and securing futures. the industry faces new challenges, warming seas, and the need for science-based management. Survival depends on adaptability, innovation, and a commitment to sustainability. It's a tough, cold, and crazy job, but as long as there are crabs and people willing to pay, crews will keep heading out. This is a vital job, a reminder of where our food comes from and the effort it takes to get it. The men and women who fish for king crab prove that with grit and determination, you can carve out a living in even the harshest places. It's a dirty job, but someone has to do it. And for these crews, it's worth every risk.